What's up everybody? My name is Town Lister and this is episode 3 of Periphio Talks, and today we're going to be tackling the biggest question in PC gaming: which is better, building or buying pre-built? Let's get into it. So, we're first going to start off with the reasons why you should probably build your own PC. And the first is because sometimes it's cheaper. Now, not always, especially as you start to get into the sort of mid-range stuff. A lot of really good options now are in the pre-built space that save you a lot of time and basically cost the same as the parts cost of those systems. But it's especially better when you start to get into the super low end, basically anything below 400 bucks. You really want to build your own system because anything that you're going to find in that price range is just going to be complete garbage as a pre-built. Most things that you'll see under $400 won't even have a video card in it. It'll just be kind of a bare bones system, and you'll have to add a video card in, and then you're already over the cost of equivalent pre-builts. And so if you're going to be spending under like $400, $350, sometimes you can even build something for as low of a budget as like 250 bucks. You're going to want to build yourself because there's just not going to be anything out in the market that's going to be able to account for labor costs and things like that that are going to be in your budget. So that's going to be the first reason to build your own PC, is if you're working on a super tight budget and you just want to get in started. The second reason you should probably build your PC is if you want something really specific, because you can add it at the time of purchase and not have to swap stuff out after you've already bought something. So if you just want a plain black box and you just want parts inside it, you can do that if you want to build it. If you want 20 terabytes of storage, you're probably not going to find a pre-built with 20 terabytes of storage, so you'll probably want to build that as well. Anything super specialized like that, it's probably best to build your own system, because there's just not going to be a lot of manufacturers out there that are going to cater to your specific needs if you want something incredibly specialized. So that's going to be the second reason you'll want to build your own PC, is if you want something extremely specific and hyper specialized. And the third reason we think you should build your own gaming PC is because I'm going to redo that.
That's good.
The third reason you should build your own gaming PC is if you think it's fun. I'm one of those people. I enjoy building PCs for my friends and family as a hobby. I really enjoy it. A lot of times I don't make them pay me anything. I just enjoy putting together PCs and doing the research, and I enjoy that process. And there's a big sense of euphoria when you've built a system and you go to turn it on for the first time and you've got everything plugged in and you see that BIOS splash screen, meaning everything is ready to go. It's really exciting. But on the flip side of that, sometimes that BIOS splash screen doesn't come up, and I'm gonna get into that a little later on, but sometimes that's a real bummer. But that's the third reason why we think you should build your own PC, is if you just enjoy it. So those are all the reasons why we think you should build your own PC. Now I'm gonna get into the reasons why we think you should buy a pre-built. Starting with the first one, and that's that you get a full system warranty. So whenever you build your own PC, you don't get any sort of full system warranty. What you get are warranties on individual parts. And depending on the part, those range anywhere between 1 year, sometimes even 3 or 5 years on super specific components. But as a kind of a standard, you get a 1 year component warranty. And if something goes wrong, it's up to you to troubleshoot which component is going wrong and then RMA that specific component. And if you're not incredibly technical, this is going to be a really tedious and time-consuming and frustrating process. So that's one of the reasons why you should buy pre-built, is that you get a full system warranty. Every Periphio system comes with a full 1 year parts and labor warranty. So if you have any issues, you can just reach out to us and we'll send you an RMA, and you just ship it back to us and we'll send you back a working system. The process is really streamlined, and you don't have to be a tech guru to be able to go through and troubleshoot your system and figure out what's wrong, or even worse, pay someone for a system that's only a few months old to figure out what's wrong with it. That's one of the things that you really get with a pre-built system is that satisfaction of knowing that you have a full system warranty. So that's why we think you should buy pre-built. That's the first reason. So the second reason why we think that you should buy a pre-built instead of building your own system is that building a system is really time consuming. If you've never built a system before, you may go to YouTube and watch a video and be like, oh, that doesn't look that difficult. I could probably do that in a couple hours. And while that's true, you could probably build a system for the first time in a couple of hours. There's going to be a lot of things in that process that you're not taking into account. One of the biggest things is research. Whenever I'm putting together a build for a friend or a family member, I sometimes take up to 10 hours just to research components and make sure that what I've got is going to fit their needs and that what I've got is going to be compatible with each other. And so that's something that not a lot of people take into account in that process. Another one is troubleshooting. Like I said, if something goes wrong in the build process, and it will, especially if it's your first time, you've got to have time to go through and learn how to troubleshoot and learn which components do what and which components could cause the specific issues that you're having. And again, that's time that not a lot of people take into consideration. So that's why we think the second reason you should buy pre-built is because it's really time consuming to build your own. And the third reason why we think you should buy a pre-built instead of building your own system is that when you buy pre-built, you don't have to be technical. That's something that you really have to have if you're going to build your own system. You have to have a basic knowledge of, how to work a screwdriver and which components do what. When you buy a pre-built, especially from Periphio, you don't necessarily have to have that knowledge. If you're looking to just get into PC gaming and you're transferring from a console, you just want to be able to play your games. If you get a pre-built from Periphio, we already have game data. You already know what to expect. You already know that it's going to play whatever game you want to play. And so whenever you're making that transition, you don't want to take 10 years to build up technical skills and everything like that. That's how long it's taken me to get to this point. It's taken me 10 years to build up the knowledge that I have about PCs and everything like that to where I can just talk about it like this. And if you're not technical, if you're not interested in taking that time, then you definitely want to buy pre-built, because building your own PC takes a lot of knowledge and a lot of skills. So there are a lot of reasons why someone would want to build their own PC. We get it. But from a consumer standpoint, I think that buying a pre-built PC is just better. If you're not technical especially, having the ability to just call a customer service line if you have any issues at all is just really invaluable, because when you build your own PC, that's something that you just don't get unless you're going to pay for it. We think that, especially if you're transferring from an Xbox or a PlayStation or the console experience, you don't really want to take the time to go through 80 different components and see which one is going to be best, and you just don't want to take the time to put together that knowledge. And so at Periphio, that's what we're here for. We're here to help the console gamers transition into PC gaming, and we've got a bunch of new systems launching soon. So check us out. If you want to pick one up, you can buy one in the link in the description below. This has been episode 3 of Periphio Talks, and if you have any questions, hit us up.